We live in a world that's filled with distraction, and it blocks us from really being able to have focused attention. And a lot of times we use distraction to try to keep ourselves from having to deal with our anxieties or frustrations or whatever it may be. The problem is that counterintuitively, distraction actually increases our anxiety, because in order to actually work through things, we have to really focus on it. And when we allow our focus to center on the thing that we're anxious or worried about, we're able to move forward. We're actually able to process through it. And so when we're not, we're filling our minds with lots of other things that will create stress. It actually is just kind of like slowly filling up a funnel of information that we're trying to process. And so we become overwhelmed. We live in a world that, interestingly, we are more distracted than ever before, and we have more stresses than ever before, but our body is still responding to these stresses as if we're in danger. So our stress is coming from things that aren't actually that dangerous. This could be things like running late for an appointment, or can't find my phone, or whatever it might be. And so it triggers our amygdala, and that amygdala is the fear center of our body. And so as we're dealing with the fight, flight, or freeze response, we are in a state of distress. And our society is training us to run away, to avoid, to distract ourselves from those things, to cope with it. And that doesn't work. In exposure therapy, this is that idea of exposing yourself to the thing that you're afraid of. This is commonly used in therapy work with phobias. But in exposure therapy, you've exposed yourself to the distressing thing. The interesting thing is that research would indicate that the best way to treat anxiety or fear is not actually self-soothing. While that might be helpful, it isn't the best way. What research would say is the best way to treat anxiety or fear is to feel it, to feel the anxiety, to be present in it, and then let yourself naturally become accustomed to it, to be able to work through it and to not be stuck in it. You see, all of us in any kind of stressful situation, there's a natural increase of tension or anxiety, and then there's also a natural release as it is resolved. And our distracted society is preventing us from doing that. And so what we have to do is be willing to sit in our anxiety, to sit in the fear, to be able to move beyond it. And this is where mindfulness comes in. Because mindfulness is that ability to move beyond the fear or the anxiety. Because as we sit in it, we can be present. We can notice it without judgment. So notice for a moment something that you may be anxious about, something that may create anxiety for you. And then just take the time to be present with it, to feel it. You may think of something that you're afraid of. It might be, for some people, they have a fear of dogs. And so maybe even just thinking about a dog would create that anxiety. So notice that, feel it, be present in it. Notice your muscles. Notice your thoughts. Notice the sensations that are running through your body and feel them. And instead of running from them, just notice them without judgment. Because that's what mindfulness is. It's being able to be present in the moment without judgment. It's noticing with curiosity. So the thing to notice is the way to overcome fear and anxiety is actually through mindfulness, through being present with it, through having the courage to feel it. I hope that helps.